All right, it is Sunday. I'm going to prep for my week. And I'm going to start with I think I'm going to start with putting some washi around. I think I want to do I want to go back to my blue washis. I'm going to use some of these. So let's see. It's my first time filming myself doing this, I think. You'll see some places where ink came through, so I can't decide if I'm going to put stickers there or if I'm going to just do what I typically do, which is I'm random. We're just going to do it randomly. I used to be afraid of covering up an entire column, but I'm kind of over that now. I think that just working around it is kind of nice. So let's go to another one. Let's do one with a little bit more. One of these. Do this one. It is a humid day. I have not eaten breakfast yet, but I typically will eat later. So I'm having some coffee, which is making me even more warm, but I think I'm gonna have to change into a dress or something. What the heck, man? Does this have no beginning? I have discovered an enigma. Oh, I think I found it. Wow, that is perfectly placed. That's amazing. So I like to layer these. Let's give it. There's no rhyme or reason, honestly, to what I do, except that I just like to use the stickers. And let's see, I think I do want something down here. And just to be a goofball, I'll use, yeah, a different one. Now my goal, we'll see if I'm able to do it, is to record every time I fill in my notebook, but some days I'm going to be in the office, so that's not going to go very well. Let's see, do I want to put any of these nice bigger ones in here? This dumpster I found in when I did my sticker tour. It's hysterical. Maybe I want to use this bird somewhere around here. Or this. This would be fun. We'll see. I'm not positive yet. All right, we're done with the washi. I like to go into my bigger stickers. I usually like putting some people in there. Or one of these quotes. I don't like the ones that like assume I'm feeling a certain way. I like them to be a little bit more general. So I think love is the beauty of the soul. I like a gray color because we're going with some blue. See if I could find one I like in gray. Oh, this one, no, that's not gray though. Let's see. We'll do this Frank Zappa one. If you end up with a boring, miserable life because you listen to your mom, your dad, your teacher, your priest, or some guy on television telling you how to do your shit, then you deserve it. We'll just put that right here. We do have a gig this day, so I know that I won't be too terribly, ridiculously busy at the start of it because we typically just prep for that. So it's okay if there's some blockage there. I haven't been using these much. Just doing something like this one with the blue would be fun. Kind of mix it in with this quote over here. Let's see, what else we got? What else we got? This face would be fun to place. I'm going to do that down over here. Looks like this bird ain't going nowhere. I mean, I could. Haven't even gotten to the cute people. Look, maybe we'll keep with a blue theme. This little girl's adorbs. We'll work her in here somewhere. Let's do her like, kind of using this washi as a platform for some of these. Could throw in a tarot one. Oh, a mushroom wood would be fun. Oh, here's a bluebird. I don't always go with color themes, but when it's the only thing on the page, it makes sense, you know, to see it. But during the week, everything's going to change, you see? Like, in this day, I have just all black, but I guarantee you when I do my flip through, I would have added more. I usually go back and I add more. Even when I did my April tour, I already changed things. So see, these stickers had no rhyme or reason to them at all. There was no theme involved in this. I think this time I'm doing it simply because I'm filming it and I can feel that. So, yeah. Let me see if I can break it up actually, because it is bothering me. Do I have therapy that week? I think I do. So maybe I'll stick one of my fun therapy ones in here. There, we're going to break it up with some orange on the day I have to go to therapy. All right. And I still want something else. So let's see what else we want here. Oh, I've been doing so good with reading my books. So let's break it up again. Let's put some red over here. All right, I think I like that. Now, we do have this up here, so I'm going to see if I have some random little ones that I could put there. I don't think they're in this book. Let's use those washi stickers I got from Temu. I have them in here. And I like them because they're just so little and simple, you know? So if I just take like this sneaker and I just put it like right here, maybe that'll help remind me to take a walk. Let's see. Ooh, we got some jams. There's another sneaker. I love the sneakers. I love all of these. I really do. Let's see. What else could I use that would be a fun? I want to be sure I remember to try to film as much as possible too as I go through this week. And I apologize in advance that I might miss those opportunities. So I do not have a dog. That's okay. You don't have to use the stickers because of things that you may or may not have. I'm just going to randomly put that there. And let's put some random ice cream in here too. See, Wednesday seems inordinately empty. So does Thursday over here. Thursdays I get my son. So I'll be driving in to get him. We stopped at Dairy Queen on the way home yesterday. And I seriously did not need it, but I ate it all. It was awesome. And I found a place that has delicious biscotti. So I've been having that at night too. I want this little book with teacups in here somewhere. And as I go through my week, I will continue to add more. Oh, look, we're going to make sure that this gets seen a bit. There. And I think that's going to be a good start. I think that, let's see if we compare. I had like 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, let's add some goldy flower things. Let's just do that too, because I want to and I can. Do I have? Oh no. One of my books, I sometimes forget to put them all in the bag. Aha! Here we go. This has some fun ones in it. This was not in my sticker tour because I forgot that I had it. And see how cute these like little gold ones are? We're just going to plop them in. I like doing them up top. Let's do one of these ones as well. We'll just randomly. She's cute. She needs some more flowers in her life or plants. We'll put this one just over. Shoot, where do I want it? Where do I want it? Where do I want it? We'll put it right there. And I'm gonna keep going 'cause I like it. I can do what I want. This is my before I've had all my coffee voice. Apologies if that sounds disgusting. I will make sure I edit that out. What else do we have here that I want to play with? Sorry, I should probably show you what I'm looking at. These ones are fun. I think the weather is going to be good and warm. I wanted to find some ferns. We went to a plant sale and we didn't really find any ferns. There's another cute little one, and I feel that we're going to need it around here. Ice cream and plants. Sure, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do this. And you know what? I know that on Friday we're going to do some sort of happy hour because we're not practicing like we did this last week. Nope, I don't want to use it yet. I don't like it. Too crowded already right there. I just want room to run around. Something else right there, and then I think I can just do what I know I want to do for my tracker. Let's see, this is fun. Let's do this one. All right, I think we're good with that. Now, I have been doing walking, reading, learning, and exercise. Well, I started this morning trying to do a little bouncy before I start my day, like for at least 3 minutes. I don't have a rebounder or trampoline, but I do have a lymphatic system. I want to try to do some. I think Qigong does it, and I want to get into it a little bit more to feel like I'm doing something to help and support my lymphatic system. So we're going to start with walk. Walk is my main thing. Reading is important to me. For the first time in ages, I finished a book in 3 days. Totally stoked about that. And then we're going to add bounce. Learn is doing some LinkedIn learning courses at work. And I'm also going to add exercise in case I do some other form of exercise. Like I was last week. I was so pleased to find that our Planet Fitness had rowing machines. All right, it's not perfectly lined up. I don't really care. I'm going to take the darker green and kind of go in it like I did. Read. Bounce. This is just my actual handwriting, but it always looks nicer when you use a big fat brush end of a marker and then do this. Go through with something that gives it more definition. And yeah, so I think I actually want to pronounce the days of the week a little more. So that'll be fun. Get that going, right? And actually, yeah, so then what I do is I put an X for each one. So like walk will be this first box, bounce will be the second. You know what? We could do something really fun with that. I'll take a lighter. Let's just do this. I'll take a very light marker and I'll actually write it right here. Oh, that's far too light. That is absolutely not helpful at all. Let's try pink. And we'll just do like a really lightly written. So now I'll do X's over it. I don't know if I like it, but it'll be a fun experiment. And we'll just use black if I end up. Actually, let me take this this and just, I'll peel it and use it later. So I'm going to group and put it there. All right. I think we're ready to start our week. Last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put at the top some of the things I know that I'm going to be doing. Let's see. So this day, we already had some hints, but I am going to go to therapy this day. I also have to go into the office, but I'm going to do the bigger thing that I don't want to forget. It's only like one thing. Now, last week, for about 3 days in a row, I put make chiro appointment, but I put it in my week, so it says make chiro appointment, and then I was just like, all right, I'm clearly not doing this. Today, I'm going to put it right here at the top, so that Monday morning, tomorrow morning, gosh, weekends are just not long enough. I don't think work days need to be as long as they are. It's really disrupting my life. So we're going to do chiro. I'm going to call. Ooh, and you know what? I think that one of my sticker books has a little telephone. It does. Check it. Check it. It's got a little telephone sticker. I'm going to add it right here. Let's hope I remember. Is there anything else? You know, I'll put a green alarm next to it too. Like, dude, I'm feeling the effects of not doing that on my shoulders and neck. And here, let's double down. So let me take this. Here, I'll just do that. It'll be fine. Okay, like future Kristen, get your shit together, okay? It's just making a phone call. It's not hard. Like, you can do this. I believe in you. Come on now. Come on now. All right, so I hope you see that when you start, like, it's not terribly fancy. Wednesday, I think I'm just going to the office. I think I might be going that day. I'm bringing my son to school at 6 in the morning, and those days are really rough for then coming home and then going to the office. I try to be ready for work by 6. Yeah, right. That's not happening. Thursday, I get the kiddo. Oh, we're probably going to have practice on one of these days, but I don't really need to. I'm also getting kiddo on Tuesday. I had him almost this whole week. It's really great to spend time with him, and he's playing guitar. My voice sounds really weird, doesn't it? Friday, don't know. This Saturday, we have a gig. And I just remembered this. How funny. I love it. And this day is my birthday. I wonder if this has like a little birthday cake or something. This book has so much stuff in it. There's got to be something, right? That says something like birthday. To experience. That's what I've gained for my birthday. All right. We'll just do a nice big fat 47. Yep. Time for bagels. Peace. All right. It is about 2:40. I don't know if I weren't filming, if it would still take me this long to start my day. So I did add a couple things. I was just sitting on the couch, so I did a little doodling around this bird here, and I remembered that I have a massage on this day, and it's my friend's birthday here. So let's just start my day with my usual, which is I might end up tilting the page. I had, oh darn it, I hit the, okay. I had coffee. And then I don't usually like write everything I've done for work, but I definitely work. I'm just using my pen. I'm gonna go around. I'm also trying to make my hand angle a little easier. I suppose I could tilt the camera down. But I find the more I have to fuss with the camera, the less likely I think I will be at recording each instance of filling things in, you know? And I'm trying to do good, so I just grab from my markers. So I have these little plastic bins. They're a little mixed up at the moment, but those are the Statler ones, even though they sink through more than Tombow, but my Tombow ones are in their little cases. See, and I feel I should just put them in one of these plastic bins because as long as they're in the cases, they feel fussier to grab. And I'm just not into the fuss. So I might take them out. Let's see. I had my coffee and then I did some work. So I don't think I need to specify that I did some work, but what I did do after that was I took a rather good walk. So I will open up these Tombos since I pulled them all the way out here. And I think today I'm just going to put my working in a very, or my walking. I'm just going to do the same thing, but I might note some things underneath. So I walked with weights today. I just carried my 5-pound dumbbells as I walked in the neighborhood. And our neighbor had their German Shepherd out without a leash while doing yard work. And I know that many people think this is fine, but German Shepherds do not like me. I don't understand why, but every time I see one, they kind of growl at me. So I decided to skip that part of the walk, and I explored across the street. I have to cross a road where the speed limit is 45, which means everybody goes about 55 or 60. And so I've never really gone over there because I was hit by a car when I was a kid, and let's just say that it worked. I don't want to get hit again ever. But I crossed it at least, gosh, going across and coming back, let's call that, you know, one instance. I did that about 3 times today, so I ended up doing 4.0. What's my, let me see if I can get the workout history on my phone here. On my watch, 4.07 miles. I think what I might do if I'm good at getting back into my walking, because last year I was spectacular with daily body weight exercises and walking. It'd be fun to track my miles. I saw this thing on a Facebook ad called Conqueror Challenge, and they send you a medal after you complete certain walks. So you could like walk around Paris or walk the length of these, I don't know, historically significant trails. I didn't want to spend $32, but I can see the appeal. So maybe I will end up spending $32 to get my butt out walking some more. I just like doing this. I just heard the Amazon man drop off my cute little end table. I'm in my reading room and I need a table to be good with my chairs. So my marker kind of went over the pink. I say that as if it did it all by itself, which we all know it did. But that's okay, because I kind of like just using different stuff. And I say this often when I do my flip throughs, that each individual spot isn't necessarily perfect or neat. Sometimes it's just my writing. Look, I still have to finish last night. It's just like this, you know. But then I'll do something to it later, And I think it's the putting it all together, having it all smushed next to each other in this way. It looks cooler than when you do it in the moment, right? It's kind of the opposite idea of Frankenstein's monster, where Dr. Frankenstein took all the most beautiful parts of the corpses that he found and put them together, and what was created was this kind of hideous thing. Well, let's look at it opposite, right? Let's put just everything in there however you want, can be as plain as you want, and it will create something gorgeous. So that's what we're going to say about that. So I did my walk, which means, and I did my weights. So I kind of consider that exercise when I'm walking with weights. So at the back of my book, I have my exercise tracker. Today is day 141, I believe. Thank you to the person who gave me the tips that our dailies show the number. So I have to catch up a little bit in dailies. I did get to paint yesterday, so that was fun. So today is definitely a day. I walked in, had the weights. So we're also going to mark that under here. So I walked. And I'm going to say exercised as well because I used the weights, and I'll put a W so I remember, or if I care, I don't know. I did not do my bouncing yet today. I only have to do it for 3 minutes, and I just want to see if it makes me feel any different when I do it. So that'll be fun. And then I have just enough space. I think we're going to have a practice tonight for my band, and we're going to make dinner and probably watch something on TV. So I will fill that in a little bit later.
You said an hour to cook these?
What?
You said an hour or something to cook these?
They take a while.
Yeah.
Not for them to actually cook, just for it to make the glaze that I make. Don't touch it. Let it sit.
Let it be.
Exactly.
Really?
Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Oh, let it be. We got green beans for dinner. Let it be.
Bom, bom, bom. Bloop, 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 bloop.
From here on out, you'll hear some background music, and I will do my best to just kind of watch along. I thought I'd speed it up some so we didn't get too stuck, and this way I would know where you might want me to zoom in a little or not. Isn't my pouch for all my pens just so cute? Doing a voiceover like this is going to be kind of fun. I'm going to feel like an observer, like we're watching a movie together, kind of chill. I used to always want people to watch movies with me in high school. My sister kind of snapped at me when I wanted her to watch with me. She's like, "Can't you watch anything yourself?" Clearly not. Fast forward to this YouTube channel. Outlining and adding more to the letters. I'd like things to stand out, which is funny because I smush it all together and everything eventually becomes incredibly crowded. But in the moment, I think, at the end, it all seems to match up a little bit. Updating my calendar, look at me go. Towards the end, I stopped doing all of that, and I focused just on the weeklies. I had decided to take Wednesday off. I wanted to work on some new sorts of videos that are not part of this channel. I just wanted some more kind of creative endeavors. This Formula One Drive to Survive show is pretty fun. I'm doing better with some exercising this week. This is a different week that I'm, doing the voiceover. So, did I skip? Oh no, I didn't. Okay, so we're on Tuesday now. Man, getting ready for work. I've had 4 years of not having to do that, and as much as I liked the outfits and wearing heels and, all of my fanciness, I just got used to being comfortable. I was comfortable before, but your idea of comfortable changes when you've been out of the office for 4 years. Oh man, kind of rough. So this is one of my more simple tricks for writing, is adding those dots at the end of each tail. The trick is making enough space, and of course in my weeklies it's a narrow column, so there's not always good space. One of my most oft used doodles is the happy hour glass. Our happy hour friends, I don't necessarily like drink a lot when I'm there. I usually have a beer or a cider or a ginger beer, but mostly it's just meeting our friends. And in the summers when the weather gets good, at least every Friday we go to a friend's house to have them. Now, Phil and I, we have a great patio. Oh, here's Zumba. Yes, I did do a Zumba video on YouTube. Um, it's really fun. I did Zumba for about a year or so after my son was born. He was about 1 when I started doing them. And wow, was it incredible. Now, breastfeeding, of course, helped a lot as well. But Zumba reminded me that I had a body and it could move. And I did actually get quite thin. I can't necessarily say it was healthy, but I sure wouldn't mind getting that again. I'll tell you what, not that I'm not big now, but anyway. And then some of these markers are very, very light. I like dressing them up a little bit more, make them fatter, make them stand out, highlight them. And when I say make them stand out, I don't necessarily mean I want you to look at the page and that's what you see. I think I mean more, I like the high contrast. There are some pages, it'll be fun when I do a yearly flip through, because there are some pages where I definitely have more white space and I use that Rye-Tech gel pen set. See that purple pen over to the left there that I just put away? They're kind of a muted pastel color. Here we are on Wednesday. Bye. Boy, 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 this week is moving fast, isn't it? Oh yeah, I'm so glad I took this day off, for real. And I made sure I did it on a day when Phil was going golfing, because in his job, he gets home kind of before 3 o'clock. And I was like, maybe he'll stay gone longer so I can just focus on my stuff. He doesn't bother me or anything, but I always feel like I want to go hang out with him if he's home, but I want to do other things. It can be a problem having so many interests. So I have no rhyme or reason, by the way, when I write these things in. Sometimes I just end up writing it big, and then I realize, crap, I did that really big. Who knows what the rest of the day will look like? So in some of my flip throughs, you'll notice that I have small writing, like I use just 1 row of boxes instead of using 2. 2 is kind of a go-to. I like to just make sure everything has a different pen, though some weeks you'll see a column that's all in black. That little black thing there is a camera. It's supposed to be a camera. I started building some little quizzes. I did horror movie quizzes, and I just started some Lord of the Rings quizzes. I think I'm going to do like Twin Peaks. Look at that, guys. I finally went to the chiropractor. Who's proud of me? I'm proud of me. I called in. It was like I had never left, but I went 7 weeks without it. She said I wasn't too bad. Now, notice that sure by practice. So the sure by practice, I did the highlighter, and then I went over it in cursive, and it doesn't look great. It's not a great cursive. I did that ribbon kind of fill in that you can find in the Impatient Girl's Guide to Lettering on my channel. And now I'm just going over it even more, trying to figure it out. We had stuffed shells. I'll abbreviate when the column just doesn't allow for spelling the whole thing out. And I don't always abbreviate appropriately, per grammar rules. Changing up your letters, lowercase, cursive, uppercase, that's a fun way to vary your lettering when you're doing something like this. So these Staedtler markers, they were significantly cheaper. I definitely like the Tombow markers more. The Tombow markers just have a cleaner, prettier color. I just don't have them out as frequently to grab. Now we're on to Thursday already. Flying along. So if you compare what the first day looked like to how it looks next to 2 others, the first day did not look pretty. It didn't look like it was going to be anything worth looking at. But as the mess continues, you guys, it starts looking nice. I always do coffee. It occurred to me today that the healthiest I ever was, I was not drinking coffee. And I'm wondering if it's having a negative effect. actually, how my body just might react to it. So I wonder sometimes if I should skip it in lieu of something else. I did give up coffee for a while once because I was so anxious that coffee was making it worse. I was going through some things, so I switched it out for tea. I was having green tea, and it worked. I don't know. I was surprised that I didn't have a bad reaction to quitting that way. The massage I just wrote here is a combo of using serifs and ribbon lettering. And that's one of those Rytech gel pens I was talking about before. Using just regular Bic highlighters is awesome. So if you're in a financial pinch, I don't know how much those are now, but they're definitely cheaper than getting midliners, I think, or getting Tombow markers. Just trying to vary up how I write things here. Some of these I did sit down at night and fill up the whole day. And I think part of that is because I knew I was filming. Otherwise, I would go down and I'd write one thing. Before we'd leave, I'd write one thing. But because I record using my phone, I just had to set up my phone each time. So someday, if I have a dedicated camera for this, it'll be a little bit more realistic to how I do it. Finally got to use that Budweiser washi sticker that I contemplated in my setup. Our friend Crystal Oakman wrote a new book called The Imprint. She's a local therapist and counselor and very, very smart woman, and it's pretty cool to have a book now where you can peek inside her brain. My son went on a bike ride with his friends who totally ditched him. His tire just completely came out. It was a mess. So I had to go pick him up and pick up his bike. That was a delicious dinner. Maple carrots, kale, and pearl couscous. I think we got that from Purple Carrot. So for Mother's Day, I forced my son to watch things that I like. And for years, I wanted to get him to watch Supernatural. This is how I got him to see The Princess Bride, to see, what other ones did we do? The Princess Bride, The Matrix, Resident Evil, The Fifth Element. And he's like, "You actually have good taste, Mom." I'm like, "Yeah, of course I do. Of course I do." Supernatural has always been on the list. I let him kind of pick. He said we could watch one episode, and after that first episode was done, he's like, "I guess we could watch another one." And now, as soon as he comes home, he says, "Supernatural, Supernatural." I bond with my mother the same way, watching shows. We talk and stuff while we go through it. It's nice. So this is something I showed in that Imperfect Girl's Guide to Lettering. I don't follow my own rules as well, but I still think that if you are the type of person to keep a scrapbook or a page for a trip, if you put the name of a trip written down in a brush marker and then in cursive or in print and connected the cursive and then highlight the top just like this as it is now with a black outline or a different color outline, it looks like a city skyline. So say you went to visit Baltimore, write out Baltimore and then outline just the top half of the word Baltimore. You know what just occurred to me? I leave these parts on the regular speed, and I think I left the sound with it too, so you could just see how I do it, although I'm not talking in it. So I'm going to let that go for a minute. Well, that wasn't a minute. I'll try to remember when we switch to Saturday to do the same thing. Although I think on Saturday I have the TV out at the same time, and because the Saturday CBS This Morning was on and Guster was on. I don't even think I remembered to write that down, but I love Guster, and I introduced Phil to Guster. I try to, when my son is not having school that day, I try to take my lunch hour with him, and of course we'll watch a show together if he can get his butt out of bed. Teenagers, man. Proper days off. Yeah, I took Monday or Tuesday and Wednesday off after the holiday so I could work more on building quizzes. Once I had gotten a template down, I was like, okay, this is going to be fun. Plus to read as well. Went to my friend Sherry's house in her hot tub. It's really nice. A lot harder in hot weather, but it was still nice. And here I started taking Collinsonia root for some issues. Okay, here we go. Look, I caught it. I'm glad you got to hear my birds. This is my one of my favorite spots in the house. It's what I call my cafe. I have my bookcase in there, my bookcases. I have my reading chair and this little table. It was used to be my mother's sewing table, and now I basically use it to do all of my paper stuff. Notice how I go back to previous days and add my stuff there. And sometimes I'll go around the page. You may have noticed I added circles, I add stars, I add dots. I just want to keep playing in it, and I don't have anything else to add yet. And meanwhile, I'm trying to fill up some of my daily days. I was just checking to see if that gel pen seeped through. I haven't been using them much. I think I forgot to turn on the light on this one. I don't know. These Sharpie pens are really cool. They're Sharpie gel pens. I got a pack that had black, blue, and red. They just have great saturated color if you find them. So we eat breakfast every morning at a place, not every morning, every Saturday at a place called Kim's, almost every Saturday. And they are actually closing. Her husband died last year, and I think it's just a lot, I think, to keep going. And she's gonna make some other dreams come true and start her own food truck, and so that's going to be awesome. We had a gig planned for this day, a private gig. We packed up the car. Well, Phil packed up the car. We got everything ready. I made the set lists. We practiced several times over the week, and then it started storming, and we decided we weren't going to risk it. And apparently it didn't storm that much there, but still, it was a risk. Okay, so the only background noise are commercials. It's one thing that I don't watch TV very much, really. Only Sunday morning for sure. Saturday, if I know that a band I like is going to be playing, like Guster or the Old 97s on CBS this morning. But man, those commercials, I mean, no wonder why we have an enormous amount of health anxiety just seeing those ads. It's insane. So we're almost done. My birthday is coming up. Um, Oh, it is my birthday. It is Sunday. I just finished some stuff. Turned 47. Start the day off right with some coffee. And Kim's was closed, so we couldn't make it out. And then we watched CBS Sunday morning. And what did we do? We ended up going to another diner to get some breakfast. And Phil had let me know that a lot of friends were coming over. My friends are just the best. The best. I mean, absolutely the best. Sherry brought some fabulous salads that she makes. She asked me what my favorite was, and one of them is a bean salad. It has like a lemony texture with parsley and red onions and all kinds of beans. Also, she made a bean and potato salad, and then we had some chicken and sausage and desserts, and it was a good time. It was a really good time having everybody around. And suddenly, my writing is all a lot neater. Mostly, maybe I just felt confident that I had the time and it was hot out. Here, I'm trying something. I'm doing yellow on the outside, and then I'm trying to do orange on the inside, and then the very middle red to kind of look like this internal huge fever temperature rise. See how good it is? It's not great at all, but it doesn't matter. I mean, really, when you look at things at the end, it's all nice. Again, I think I've used this analogy before. It reminds me of Frankenstein. You know, you take all the beautiful parts, put it together, and it's something that's kind of grotesque. This is the opposite. You start with things that are just a little bit sloppy. They're not perfect, and it comes out looking really cool. I did do a lot of Zentangles in my dailies during May, so I'll be showing some of those. I may get around to doing one today and recording it. I think I love watching those sorts of videos. I go to Pinterest to watch them. We're coming down to the last minute. I want to thank everybody who gave me feedback about how they would like to see this video. I hope I did not disappoint. I hope that this was helpful for people. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see me do something like this again, let me know. I could do something similar for my dailies, although that would be significantly probably more boring, I would think, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Those churro bars that Sherry made, my God, they were good. We have no more left. Phil fell asleep on the couch. I didn't want him to go to bed, and I didn't want to go to bed yet, so he said, I'll fall asleep. Oop, let's look. I slowed this down a little so you could take a good gander. That tracker on Friday, I just didn't align it very well. I don't know why. I finished a book called I Found You by Lisa Jewell. I read Circe this week. I finished it very quickly. Tuesday morning when I had no work, I sat and read it. Busy week, and it didn't seem it in the moment. Thanks for being here, you guys. I think you're all the best. If you haven't subscribed, but you've definitely seen my videos before, now is your chance. And then you can see more, and you can reply to my posts because they're more likely to come in front of you, and it helps me. Someday I'd love to quit my job. Love you guys. You're all awesome. Have a fabulous day. Peace.